inheritance only. So every class is extending. Remember, developer don't have any relation with consultant. Consultant don't have any relation with manager, but all are related to employees. All are related to employee. All right. So they don't have any interrelations, but all are of same type. All are of same type. All are derived from the same type. All are derived from the same type. That's what actually the concept of here. Now, what is the base? What is the base class here? The superclass. Superclass is employee. Employee, and these are all derived classes. These are all derived classes. Now, what we are doing here is we are creating an object. So, employees is an object, and it is of type employee. It is of type employee, and it is array. This means that now you are creating an object of employee type. You are creating an object of employee type. Now this is your own type. You have a string array, you have a number array, you have a Boolean array, but this is an user defined array. That means we created our own type, and employees is of that particular type. That means this is employee array. This is employee array. Now we know that we need to initialize memory for this. Usually, if I initialize memory is equal to new employee type, this type of memory is allocated. It's not possible. Why? Because you said array, then it should have multiple memory allocations. So we have to initialize multiple memories for that. And see what we are doing here now. To allocate multiple memories, we are using a new array constructor. Using an array constructor. And we know that array constructor can allocate memory, multiple memories, or you can simply use an meta character. You know that meta character will initialize memory, and it can initialize different types of memory. At index 1, I want it to allocate dynamic memory of a new developer type memory. At index 1, I want a new consultant type memory. And at third, I want new. So this is manager type memory. That means different types of memories are allocated for a single object. The object is of what type? The object is a superclass type. That means employee type. But it is using the memory of several derived classes. That means now this object, employees object, can work for developer, can work for consultant, can work for manager. That means we are allocating memory. And you can see that we are allocating different types of memory for the same object. For one object, different types of memories are allocated. That means here the object is employee type. So that means a base class type, but it is using the memory of all derived classes. That means one object can use multiple memories because so it is defined as an array type. Now, if it can be allocated like this, that means now this object can have different behaviors now. It can have different behaviors. So what's the behavior it can have? What's the behavior it can have? Different behaviors it can have. What's the behavior it can have? Let's see. That means now what we can do here is, this is one way, or there are several other ways, right? First we allocated. Several other ways means how you can initialize the memory. I will show you. This is one way you initialize the memory for that. So that means now employees is an object. That is what we are defining as a definition. Polymorphism is a process where a single base class object uses the memory of multiple derived classes. So this is a base class object. It is using the memory of multiple derived classes. Memory of multiple derived classes. It is allocated with the memory of multiple derived classes. Now see what I am doing here. Simple. So I am using a for loop. I am using a for loop. So for var employee of employees. Employees is the collection. What we are doing is we are just calling that employee object. Print method we are calling. That means for every employee, we are calling the print method. For every employee, we are calling the print method. That means now one object can work for different types of employees, can handle different types of employees. It can work for different types of employees. So because it is an array, from all the employees, we need print method to call to print their details. Then I am just using a simple iterator. And by using this iterator, I'm accessing all the details. So let's save this. Let's compile and run this. So when we run this, you can see here. So TSC poly.ts and the node poly.js, right? As of now, it is showing the options like accessing via super keyword all the members is not the good way. Why? Because it is expecting to be an abstract, which I will tell you later. No problem with these errors, because technically, actually it is not error. Actually, it is saying that this is not the right way of accessing the superclass members. Then how to access superclass members? I will tell you by using an abstraction technique. But as of now, no problem. You just run the JavaScript file and you can see that. So it is working fine. That means all the details. That means why errors came, because it is just saying that you are handling multiple implementations. So means multiple memory allocations and implementation. Then your base type better to be an abstract type or a contract type, which I will tell you in the next level. So the point here is, now one object is designed in such a way that it can handle the functionality. It can handle the functionality of all. It can handle the functionality of all. One object is designed in such a way that it can handle the functionality of all. That's what actually technically polymorphism is. That means how an object can have multiple behaviors. That's what